So Swifties, because the internet just collectively lost its mind, one random post popped up and suddenly Taylor Swift is apparently starring as Dorothy in the upcoming Wicked for Good movie? Yup, the braids, the iconic blue gingham dress, yellow brick road in the back, and even a peek of Emerald City. Basically the whole Wizard of Oz starter pack, but with Taylor's face dropped right into it. And fans? Oh boy, they went full tornado mode. Twitter, X, but like no one's calling it that, started bubbling over with people declaring it the most iconic casting of the decade. Some were screaming, "This is why she didn't do the Reputation re-recordings." Others were piecing together conspiracy theories with the energy of FBI agents on espresso. It was like the Swiftie version of CSI Oz Edition. But here's the plot twist. Brace yourself. It's fake. Yep. Turns out the image was cooked up by an AI and thrown out into the chaos by a parody account. Not a trailer, not a leak, not a surprise announcement. Just really good Photoshop meets wishful thinking meets a fandom with zero chill. Some fans felt duped. Others were like, okay, but now I need this to be real, and a few just flat out refused to believe it was fake. Denial is a stage of grief. Of course, not everyone was sipping the Kool-Aid. A couple of haters popped up like, hard pass, or isn't Dorothy supposed to be like 12? One poor soul even declared they're boycotting the movie now. Relax, Karen, it's literally not even real. And just when things couldn't get any more unhinged, Swifties also started spiraling earlier this week thinking Taylor was pregnant. Why? Because she stepped out in NYC wearing a black mini dress that happened to blend into a car behind her, creating what looked like a baby bump. Cue chaos. 8 months along, some cried, while others practically planned a gender reveal. Reality check. Just a classic optical illusion and a case of the internet being too online. Anyway, while fans were still planning Taylor's baby shower with Pinterest boards and imaginary name reveals, she casually gets name-dropped during a tense football match on Welcome to Wrexham. Like 1 second, Wrexham struggling against Birmingham, and the next, bam! Some cheeky announcers summoning the patron saint of lost causes, aka our girl Taylor, telling the Reds to shake it off, as if quoting 1989 mid-match is gonna fix their defense. But hey, gotta admire the optimism. And let's not forget this match was filmed way back in January, meaning Taylor's been spiritually guiding soccer teams without even knowing it. This isn't her first cameo in the Wrexham universe either. Ryan Reynolds has already joked about luring her to Wales, probably with baked goods and promises of dragon sightings, but this latest shout-out hits different, especially with the Blake Lively drama bubbling in the background. So apparently Taylor's name is being dragged into Blake's legal mess over It Ends With Us, and Swifties are like, can she breathe without being subpoenaed? One insider spills that Taylor got slapped with court papers over a film she didn't write, cast, direct, or even watch until months after release. Her only crime? Letting them use My Tears Ricochet in the trailer, along with 19 other artists, might we add. It's giving leave me out of it, and her rep basically says the whole subpoena was nothing but clickbait, bait. But the tea doesn't stop there. Word is that this whole ordeal has left things kinda awkward between Taylor and Blake. They've talked, but sources say it's not exactly sunshine and matching PJs anymore. The vibes are strained, and honestly, if a court case starts messing with your girl gang energy, yeah, we hate it here. And just when you think the drama's cooled down, bam! The universe decides to pull receipts from the archives like it's running a rom-com marathon starring none other than Taylor and Travis. Yep, according to one very caffeinated Swiftie with a Wi-Fi connection and zero chill, these two were cosmically entangled long before Travis tried to slide his number to Taylor with that friendship bracelet move. Honestly, move over Nancy Drew, there's a new detective in town. So this fan basically goes full conspiracy theorist, but in a cute, glittery way, and starts connecting dots no one asked them to. Exhibit A. A pic of Taylor casually standing in front of a Chiefs poster back in 2018, like she's unknowingly manifesting tight ends and touchdowns. Then there's a whole Chiefs jersey situation from 2014 where she's grinning next to Chase Daniel, the guy who apparently tossed Travis his first NFL touchdown. What in the foreshadowing fanfic is happening here? But wait, there's more! This eagle-eyed fan starts counting all the times Taylor sang about red and gold, Hello, Chiefs colors, like she's been subliminally auditioning to be a football wife since 2008. And then it gets spooky. Taylor performs at Arrowhead Stadium in 2011. Fast forward 12 years to the day and she's back, but this time in a suite, cheering on her man. Somebody cue the X-Files theme music. Meanwhile, Travis has already rubbed elbows with Selena Gomez not once, but twice, back in 2015 and again in 2019. Like, why were they mingling before this love story even started? And let's not ignore that one of Taylor's backup dancers has a brother on Travis's team. That's not 6 degrees of separation, that's like 2.5. Oh, and if that wasn't enough fate for you, Post Malone has Travis's signature tattooed on his arm and then, plot twist, ends up collabing with Taylor? Bruh. Also, a random couple literally dressed as Taylor and Travis for Halloween in 2020. That's 3 years before they actually got together. And speaking of cosmic collabs written in the stars, can we talk about how Elizabeth Moss just casually manifested Taylor Swift into the dystopian chaos of The Handmaid's Tale like it's no biggie? She didn't just slide into Taylor's DMs, she went full Jane Austen and penned a heartfelt letter like it was 1812 and the postman was riding a horse. Apparently, Moss poured her Swiftie soul into a handwritten note about how "Look What You Made Me Do" was the perfect vibe for a rebellion, because obviously, if you're gonna lead oppressed women into a coup, you need a revenge anthem with glitter and venom. And Taylor? Legend says she just read the letter, nodded her head once like a queen granting a favor, and went, "Cool, you can use it." No long meetings, no corporate back and forth, just yes. And Moss nearly passed out from joy, probably clutching her pearls while crying into a throw pillow. Can't blame her, this was her dream since forever, like she's been plotting the Taylor takeover of Gilead since season 1, and now she finally got to unleash that drama during a scene with handmaids marching like they're about to drop an album, not a revolution. Also, Elizabeth is not just any casual listener, she's been in the trenches. She went to the Eras Tour in Toronto with her Handmaid's Tale squad and even got that iconic pic with Mariska Hargitay like it was Swiftie prom night. That's dedication. Sources say the whole cast is obsessed with Taylor, and honestly the real cult here might be Team Swift, not the Gilead Commanders. And as if that wasn't enough Swift magic, the song's premiere landed before Taylor casually dropped the bomb that she finally owns her masters. Cue evil laugh and power stance. She straight up said Reputation is still marinating, not even a quarter re-recorded yet because it's too iconic to touch right now. Cut to Florida, where Miss Swift is now entering her little black dress era like she's starring in her own fashion revenge tour. And guess who's right beside her? Our favorite footballer turned boyfriend of the century, Travis Kelce, looking like he just won the lottery and a GQ cover shoot. Now, insiders say Taylor dropped the NYC scene for a hot sec and swapped her usual paparazzi-filled stomping grounds like Via Carota and that bougie hotel where the lobby smells richer than my annual salary, for a low-key Boca Raton date night. And get this, she didn't just wear any old LBD, she went full mysterious goddess in a thigh-skimming number with a sweetheart neckline that screamed, "Yes, I am the moment." As for who designed it, the fashion detectives on Insta are still decoding it like it's a zodiac cipher. And don't even think she brought those skyscraper Louboutins to the Florida humidity. Nah, Queen went chunky with some platform peep toes that say, "I'll flirt, but I also need arch support." And the bag? Not your basic date night clutch. She pulled out a heart-shaped velvet vintage Westwood purse that probably cost more than Travis's rookie contract. Honestly, I'd sell a kidney just to borrow it for a night. Of course, accessories were just enough to flex without screaming celebrity trying to be casual. Her necklace game was on point, subtle sparkle with a side of, "Yes, this chain is probably insured." But wait, no De Beers diamond earrings? Did she leave them in New York or just not want to blind the servers? We may never know. And look, she's not about to trade that iconic NYC townhouse for a Florida condo anytime soon. But until Kelce's NFL boot camp wraps on June 19th, it's all sun, sweat, and spicy date nights in the South. Because apparently when Taylor sings Florida, she really means Florida with my man, my purse, and a killer outfit. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.